The best way to immediate sales is better email marketing. Social media is a way to be in front of strangers who should then become your subscribers because you've earned their trust and you have something they want. But listen, you don't have a relationship with people who randomly see an ad, see you on social media. And if you don't have a significant engagement on social media, and my friends, that is not 7 people liking something, not even 25. Not unless you can count on all 25 of those people getting to your email list and all 25 of them buying into an offer. And that, numbers wise, is a dream, my friends. Now, when you start small, your chances are better that you're going to attract more of a direct alignment kind of customer. So you may have higher percentages, but when you really start playing the bigger numbers, that will change dramatically. So you need to work on increasing your engagement before you start putting offers in front of people. But the one place where you've actually been invited to present offers is on your emails. So that's what this podcast is all about. I'm Deborah Atkinson. You're listening to She Means Fitness Business, and I almost said it. This has been Fitness Marketing Mastery for so long, and prior to that, it was Voice for Fitness Professionals podcast. And we've been around the block for about 9 years now, actually. And I share marketing and sales strategies, and here's why I do it. So it's important, I think, I take a pause here and not just give you the 30-second show intro, but give you the why. So for 38 years, I've been in fitness full-time. One of my missions stems from the reason for this podcast. And it has always been to level up the fitness industry, to take people like you with both the heart and the head, the knowledge, the power, the desire to learn and know, and that wicked combination that you create, and give you the sales and the marketing skills that you need that you very rarely learn when you're going through a certification course. You very rarely learn if you're doing a 4-year degree. And it's, in both cases, it's about the pressure of fitting all the content that needs to go into a textbook in it and getting you in and out in a timely manner. Because like it or not, certification agencies and associations and universities are also businesses. Did you know when students come in, and I don't know how long we now have been doing this, but we actually sign a contract with parents. The college, the university signs a contract and says, we'll get them out. They will get through their coursework in 4 years because tuition is expensive. So it's like the warranty on something. Yeah. And if anything goes wrong, guess what? Right? So that's why I actually am doing what I'm doing. I noticed after teaching for 15 years in the Department of Kinesiology at a university that, I had the unique ability to teach 200 level courses. I also taught 300 and 400 level courses, but I saw them coming into their major core courses. And then the last thing students in our department did was an internship prior to graduation. I got to supervise those as well. So I saw them coming in, green behind the ears, just learning and then going out. But many of those students who I'd followed along the way were amazing students, 4.0 students, or not even that, but excellent students, great teachers. And yet they got out there into the real world and realized I can't make a living at this unless I can sell. And I don't want to sell. It's not why I got into this. And so they get out. And I knew that firsthand because it had happened to me. So much that I quit my job after 9 months, less than 9 months, actually 7, and went back to grad school, changed my major. Fortunately, that first semester in, I changed back it was just too strong of a gravitational pull that I wanted to help people. But I know exactly what that's like. And if you feel like you've got this gift, you want to help people and you know how, but you don't know how to reach them, how to stand out in a busy, busy marketplace, then stick around. This is for you. And you can tell by the change in the title of this show from its origins to now, She Means Fitness Business. I have narrowed down, so it is for you, babe. It is for you. If you're a female working with females, particularly in midlife, you could be working with any audience. But marketing and marketing to females is a lot of this conversation. Marketing to females in midlife and working with them in such a way that truly helps them. Because I hear this every day from trainers, health coaches. I heard your TED Talk and it's making me question everything I knew about exercise science. I said, well, it should. I'm so glad. Let's talk about it, right? Because if you work with midlife clients, it is dead wrong to just have them be doing some kind of position statement based exercise prescription. We've got to take into account how that person feels. So now let's get back to this episode and email marketing. And if you want some other marketing support, we'll have some resources in the show notes. So remember this, if you don't have a relationship with people who randomly see an ad or on social media, it's not the best way to present them with an offer. You've got to make sure that you wait to present offers, talk about your courses or your programs until you have an audience that's big enough to care. Otherwise, it hurts you. You will not ever gain organic reach. So look at where you were 6 months ago on social media. How is your engagement today compared to then? What number of comments and likes and saves on Instagram, for instance, or the number of subscribers and length of watch time on YouTube? Has it increased? Not by much or by a lot. Think about what you're doing that is or isn't working. There are plenty of posts and podcasts for you here at fitnessmarketingmastery.com. But for now, let's define better email marketing and get better email marketing results. All right. Because with every email you send, you can make a sale. That's not true of a social media post. Let's be real. It only works if you nurture with content that your subscribers value. It's you that has to take the time to craft effective emails. You need persuasive writing, not your English lit idea of writing. And passing this task off to someone else will backfire. It's almost guaranteed. To make this really easy, I want you to think back to any love letters you ever wrote or received. And if that is for you, avoid black hole. I am so sorry, girlfriend. Look up some historical love letters, and often they're poems, but not always. And they're findable. Try these prompts. What I love about you. So if I'm giving you examples of what I would write to my audience, what I love about you is your want and your need to know why and how to do things. And, I love that you make decisions based on your values more than what's trending or what's popular. Next thing is, what I love about us is. So put yourself in the equation. So if you serve somebody or want to, your ideal customer, you're going to talk to them like this. Like, what do you love about us together? Maybe like me, I am in my demographic. So I am flipping 50. And so I can talk to them about, here's what I love about us in this moment that we're in. But either way, it doesn't have to be that you're in that demographic. But here's what I love about us in our relationship. I love where we are in our lives. And I love the feedback that is provided. Like, you tell us what you want, and it's almost always respectful and positive, knowing we're doing the best we can behind the scenes, but that your input really does matter. I want to make a note here. This is for you. When you write something based on what I love about us, train people for what it is you want when you do this, right? So even if you're not getting it now, say, I really love it when your comments are so well framed to be delivered that they're respectful of what it is we're trying to do and simply relate to us what you need in order to make things more effective for you and land on you better. Right. So if you have a lot of complainers in your audience, that one can be really effective. Now, for some, it will fly right over their heads. I promise you that. But there are those for whom this will land very effectively. Here's another prompt for you. Use a memory that your reader will resonate with, almost to the point where you take them back as they're listening to you or reading whatever it is you've written in your email. You take them back to a moment in time. They can't help but create a picture in their mind. That is a much stronger experience reading your email, if you can make that happen, than if you don't. So here's what I mean. So of course, you're not reading right now, and you can't even read this in the notes. So I've eliminated the exact examples that I'm giving you. You're just getting the prompts. But think about this, right? So if I say, look, do you remember prom and the corsage that you got, the wrist corsage that you wanted, and maybe that chest corsage that you got, trying to pin the corsage onto his tux and using that big fat pin, but you almost couldn't get it through. Yeah. And, there you were sweating on your front porch trying to get that done so you could get the pictures done for your parents and get off to prom itself. Did I just take you back to Stairway to Heaven? So for some of you, you're listening and you got that image in your head of exactly that, or your version of it. Think about the gunny sack dresses that we wore, right? And that might, again, not be your experience, but you just went to whatever you wore. And you can also flash back to, do you remember when it was the Reeboks, like the high tops were all the rage, and it was leg warmers and big hair and tights and all about Olivia Newton-John. Let's get physical. Okay, here's another one. Think about, again, this is the theme of a love letter, right? So think about a special message that only you two share. Could be a hashtag that you create, but here's an example, all right? And that is, do you remember the movie Ghost with Demi Moore and Patrick? Can't think of his last name. Yep. So somebody can fill in the blanks for me in comments and show notes. But if you remember that, when she might have said, I love you, he never said it back. What did he say? Ditto, right? And it's how they knew when Whoopi Goldberg was like reading the fortune that she was legit, right? So there's that. Well, here's the deal. So for me, it wasn't ditto, by the way. For me, it was me too, you. So with a boyfriend I had right out of college. So that's the way that we used the words, right? So we'd say me to you. If the first person said, I love you, it was a sentiment that meant, I love you too. But, not but before I ever said those three little words, I drew it on his leg with my finger during a movie. I just didn't want to be the first one to say it. Anybody else do that? So little things like that, if you can take somebody back, paint the picture, paint the story. So I'll bet, even if you never drew letters on your significant other's leg, you still went back to a movie at some innocent time when you were holding hands in the movie, and that was a big deal. So those little things, those prompts, say something like, what I love about you, or the equivalent of what I love about us and the way we interact together. A memory that your reader will resonate with that'll help them create pictures in their head, or a special message that you two share. All of those things. So very important. And hey, I share all the details inside the podcast. So by the way, you want to play that again and then push pause if you can and take some notes. So write down the things that you think about when you think about your favorite clients who fit into your ideal customer avatar. If they're in your demographic, if you can think back to memories that you had in high school or you had in college, very likely they've had those things too. Look, better email marketing may never have even been even a blip on the radar when you said, I want to be a personal trainer or I want to be a health coach. But it's the best way to help those seeking to find you the fastest. It's the fastest way to actually feel like they've been heard, make them feel like they are respected, and you get them. This is the best and the absolute way to get there. If you're online, you're using social media to serve women virtually or locally, they are all receiving and reading emails daily. And the question is, are they reading one from you? Nurture them, talk to them, and you'll find that your relationship towards you with more ideal customers is so much better. They're actually coming to you, they're seeking you, and they're probably sharing you with their friends. Like, I hope this got your wheels turning with great ideas. Please let me know. When we say that in emails or podcasts, we really mean it, right? I want to hear from you. What good came out of this? Hopefully a different way for you to think about emails. So they're not dry, but they're also not what I know to be true for a lot of trainers. Like, you need to send one and you haven't really thought about it. So you're just grabbing a recipe from here, you're grabbing a video from here, and there's not a lot of rhyme and reason to why you're sharing what you're sharing. So go a little deeper, create a little deeper relationship, and you're going to find there's great rewards to that. Okay, what are you waiting for? The world needs you now more than ever. You can get to the show link at fitnessmarketingmastery.com/better email marketing. What are you waiting for? The world needs us right now more than ever. Make an email today.